Pew, pew, pew. Welcome to this week's episode of Meta Game Minute. Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to be the sound of the Coliseum going crazy for our just squad of straight thugs out here. So we wrapped up this sort of jousting, stealing challenge, and now we got to fight a Medusa. What were all your all's thoughts about, there's a lot that kind of unfolded at the end of the, even just as last few rounds of the jousting challenge, like these halflings trying to cheat. I mean, I guess we kind of cheated too, but,
We didn't cheat. It's not cheating when we do it.
Alex sharing with us the picture of the Gorgon Medusa creature.
I just turned into stone. Thanks, Alex.
I'm hard now.
Yeah.
You got petrified.
That's a first for Dash in many
my
years.
pants.
So what are all your guys' thoughts kind of rounding out that episode? Caleb and Scory and Ball had an interesting moment kind of talking about the sources of their magic, which was really cool. I really it's one of those conversations where you wish you could be a part of it, but it's this cool moment between two characters. What were you guys thinking during that whole thing?
Dude, wrap it up.
Scory's been one of those characters that I recognize things that kind of put in parallel with Ball, and I've been wanting to talk to him for a while, and it seemed like a good opportunity to get in there and do it.
And I think there's parallel enough to make Scory uncomfortable because he knows he gets his powers from his gods, his ancestors, his nature, that kind of thing. But as far as he knows, no offense, Milo, but Ball is soulless. So,
Jesus.
where's he?
I feel like I should be taking offense.
so his concern is, I respect that you are somehow bestowed with this. So there's something greater than what Scory understands going on, but he doesn't understand why or how you have the power that you have. Because as far as Scory knows, it's a special thing that's bestowed on certain people.
People with souls.
Yeah, people with souls, people that have...
People who are people.
Just people in general.
Like not objects, like not furniture, obviously.
Like wooden robots.
I mean, wands have magic, but they
not
were
like a bookshelf or something.
Which is essentially what...
Oh, I'm a bookshelf now. Okay.
Yeah.
A very complex bookshelf.
But so he's a little confused, but he's not. There are things that he is unfamiliar with, and so he's curious about those things. And
I enjoyed your guys' conversation. I thought the parallels between you guys was fun, and the fact that you both kind of were like, "Hello, friend," and did the same spell on each other. I thought was a cool piece of business.
That was cool.
That was very cool.
It's close enough to where it's eerie, but we're different enough to where it's kind of a confusing.
Yeah, you guys are kind of occupied two separate worlds. You got the nature world, you got kind of this other constructed world, I guess.
Like a tinkerer's world.
Yeah.
They use knowledge and intelligence to kind of create magic and build magic.
Right. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the conversation that Ball and Zephyrus had by the fountain, and it made me wish that I was down there for it. But yeah. So moving on, Dash Wolf had a chance to just wreck some fools.
Yeah, that's because when the halflings bested me and they took one of my bags, it made him really mad because, Wolf wants to be the best. And the fact he got bested by people so much smaller than him is an even bigger insult. So the next time he was like, you know what? I'm not going to try and win. I just want to bully you over.
I mean, it's got to sting a little bit that your Chords go-to guy and you're in Chords Arena, and here you are just getting trounced by these little 2 foot tall little terrorists.
Yeah. If we make it to the final battle, there's gonna be some bloodshed.
Oh, ouch!
Some real gore is gonna happen.
Riff, was there anything that you were particularly proud of come the end of the jousting bit?
I liked using the. I forget if it was in this episode or not, but I liked using the minor illusion thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really cool.
And I liked using the
disguise self.
Yeah, disguise self. Although it's just I can't remember. I don't remember now if like Wolf went first or I went first. I just remember when they said it was all bowled over except for the one I went, oh shit. I really hope this doesn't fuck me over right now because I thought it was a pretty good plan, but maybe I just wasn't listening well enough, like
when I was listening to it unfold, it seemed like it worked out really well. At least
it worked out well. I just, in the moment, like when it first happened, I was like, oh fuck, maybe I wasn't paying attention right and I shouldn't have. But no, I mean, it worked out well and it was kind of like I got to use some of the illusion magic, which I haven't gotten to use yet, really. Because I'm just the sneakiest little fucker. Like I'm a Ghostwise Halfling Shadow Monk illusionist. So there's a lot of trickery that goes on into what like Riff's stuff is, and that sort of stuff. So it's I've got minor illusion as a cantrip, so I can just do whatever I want with that because of the Shadow Monk stuff. But a lot of that was one thing that I threw in the illusionist because Lanston was an illusionist.
Yeah.
And I never really got to explore it all that much. So I wanted to do it, but also create it like the sneakiest character possible and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool blend of
without
stuff.
Going like Drow Rogue and that sort of stuff, like making it a more like flavorful whatever. And then like, I was only joking about like selfishly, like while Milo and Caleb were talking, I'm like, fuck man, I just want to, but then I had to be like, well, Rhett's gotten to do Jack Dick like the last like 3 episodes basically because he decided to go into the stands.
I definitely regret that decision.
but also I think props to Alex in that he's given you a couple good moments throughout every episode to just have some good RP and
I definitely have gotten to do what I enjoy most about D&D, which is basically
flap your gums,
bullshit with people, and yeah, exactly. It's like just bullshit with this dude and talk about the team. And
I think my favorite part was getting Caleb's back and doing a fucking drive-by blood clot on your character sheet at the end there. On your character sheet.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, Milo.
Definitely want to commend Alex for giving us the opportunity to use all these like weird utility spells in our like catalog to be able to, kind of play with some of the stuff that we may not always get to use, and it's not just like a fight where I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip again. yeah.
Because I've been sitting on Mage Hand for 21 episodes, and this is the first time I've used it.
Do you guys listen to Acquisitions Incorporated?
Yeah, I like Acquisitions.
Fair amount.
Yeah, they do a really good job. Every once in a while, they'll do. I can't remember his name, but he'll DM a game, usually at the live ones, and he'll do like PUBG, but with D&D rules, or Mario Kart with D&D rules, and I love that kind of stuff. So this was very, very much scratching that itch.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like when I put you guys at Brower Nick's Academy a little bit.
Yeah,
that was like my initial thought.
Everybody kind of I think enjoys going through and role playing and exploring and doing all this stuff. But sometimes like a skill challenge type stuff is just fun because you get to roll dice, you get to beat people,
you get to be creative with it too.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted with this, was really try and flex your creative muscles on what your tool set can do. You may be able to do things, but what if they have another utility to them?
I think that'll benefit us in the future.
I think that explanation too kind of excuses us not knowing everything about our characters 21 episodes in.
Yeah.
So going into the fight, shut up. No, I'm kidding. What did you guys think about the Gorgon Medusa creature? What do you guys like? Are you guys freaked out by this?
The second that he said snakes, I was like, "Oh, it's going to be a fucking Medusa." Like based off of the it's like don't do this or you're going to turn into Dash's Stoneboner or whatever the thing said. I was like, "Oh, this is a Medusa! Holy shit!" So it's going to be very interesting because I mean, thus far, this is the biggest challenge that we've faced as a group, and we're not even done. We've got to do this, and then we also got to fucking fight people. This is a long like stretch of like this gauntlet thing that we're doing, and not
the rest
that
of the season.
not. I mean, it just because we only get like 2 episodes a recording session essentially is like it just I get annoyed and anxious simply because I want to play more and just have it be done to see like how we did essentially. So I'm very excited for next Tuesday, and to like really, because I think there's going to be some really interesting, fun stuff that I think Riff can possibly break out with, just with the all the sneakiness. And then was it said like what we had to do? We just don't turn to stone, or did we have to like grab something from around their neck or something?
No, the letter just says, "Don't get petrified."
Don't get petrified. So
we don't really know what the rules of the game are yet.
Okay.
It could mean too, like it's like don't get scared, right? Like fight through your fear. It could mean don't look in the Medusa's eyes and get frozen.
Probably that one.
It's probably that one.
No, I'm just saying, sometimes there's a clever wordplay here somewhere. Wordplay is kind of my thing. Anyway.
It's not.
Yeah, no, it kind of is.
Medusa.
Well,
All right, that's it,
never been.
everybody. Wordplay is kind of my thing. Welcome. No. Our last question: are you guys more worried about the Medusa, or were you more worried about the Copper Dragon? Because we've had these kind of 2 big bads sort of
Medusa
cliffhangered on us.
Yeah, I'm probably more worried about Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Same.
think the Copper Dragon from day one. I didn't think the Copper Dragon was going to mess with us.
But apparently, there's not even a Copper Dragon on the Dragon Council. So,
Yeah, what does that mean? What is the Dragon Council?
it made me think of like how there's the Council of Ricks in Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
and then Rick C-137 is too Rick to be on the council, and he just shows up and kills them all. So like Copper Dragons are just too dragon needed to be there. They would destroy them all. I don't know. That's a deep reach.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this is Metagame Minute.
Probably.
The Dragon Council is one of the groups that signed the treaty. That was like 150 years ago.
dope.
That they live in the wilds. They don't affect the Usama Kingdom, and the Usama Kingdom doesn't affect them.
Oh, dope. But
So
there's
they
no
weren't-
Copper Dragons on it.
They
huh?
weren't even concerned about the whole war between Usama and the Warforged and the mages.
Most likely not. Yeah. If they do, they wouldn't interfere as per the treaty.
So chances are we can't, if we meet that Copper Dragon again, we can't just be like, yo, bro, honor the treaty. Because he didn't sign it. Maybe.
I mean, Metagame Minute. The dragons enforce that,
Oh.
which is kind of commonly known, at least among people that are concerned with that.
I'm
Okay.
okay. So
I think
sure
Zephyrus is going to. Yeah. All righty,
cool,
guys. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap up this week's Meta Game Minute, your once weekly Chaotic Amateurs follow-up episode. Chaotic Amateurs after show, I guess. This is all free for you all during these crazy times. So if you could repay us with a little bit of a iTunes rating and review or what have you. Okay, great. Throwing me off, Caleb. That would be super awesome, and we'd be thankful. Otherwise, what is that? Huh. Anyway, it looks like there's a UFO on Caleb's screen. Is that just me? Whatever.
Focus, Rhett.
No one cares. Anyway, we'd be super thankful if you left us a review and a rating on iTunes or Spotify or whatever service you can use to leave a rating and review. It would mean a whole lot to us and only takes a minute of your time. But if not, we appreciate it, and we hope that you come back on Monday to join us for our regularly scheduled Chaotic Amateurs episode. Until then, boom. Thanks a lot. Grab your sword. Keep on adventuring.
Boom.